We as guitar players are a pretty special breed. We like a lot of gear and we like to chase a lot of tones, and that makes us buy pedals, guitars, amplifiers and cabinets. But there are others who say that tone is all in the hands and the fingers. So are we wasting our money? That's what I want to find out today. How much difference does all of this gear actually make? And I'll try to investigate this as easily as possible. First up, I want to look if an overdrive pedal actually makes a difference as opposed to overdrive from the amplifier. For this example, I'll be using the King of Tone for the pedal overdrive. As for the amp, I'll be using my Dr. Z Mass 18. When I'm using the pedal, I got the Mass 18 set on the edge of breakup. When I'm using it without a pedal, I turn up the overdrive on the amp a bit more. Everything else is exactly the same, so let's hear the difference. The pedal loosens the amp up a bit and it gives it a bit more cut and punch. Without the pedal, the amp sounds a bit creamier and you can hear the difference in gain structure. But which one is better is up to taste if you ask me. But there is a difference in sound and in feel. Next up, I want to find out how much difference the actual amp makes. We'll pick up where we left off with the Mass 18 and then I'll switch to the Marshall SV20. Both of them are simply set how I like them. They're not dialed in to sound the same because that's not the point I'm trying to make here. Besides the amp, everything else is exactly the same once again. So let's hear how much the amp matters. As you can hear, the Marshall is brighter and more mid-focused. The Mass 18 is tighter and warmer. Under the fingers, the Marshall feels more loose and greasy, but I can tell you this is the main sound you get from that Marshall, and the Mass 18 has a wider range of tones. Now I want to look at guitars. So far I've been using my Junior because a single pickup makes all of this a bit easier, and the P90 is a good all-rounder in my book. Is it worth it to own multiple guitars? Let's compare the Junior to a Stratocaster and a Les Paul through the exact same setup to answer that question. This might have been the biggest difference that we had so far, and I didn't even try multiple pickup positions. But you could clearly hear that each guitar had its own distinct sound and character. I will dive more into this in a video soon, but for now, I think my point is clear. The last thing in the chain is also supposed to make a big difference: the speaker and the cabinet. I will now switch to only my SM57. First I will use my 2x12 miking the greenback speaker at the top, and then I will switch to this 1x12 miking the V-type speaker. I have to admit that the difference wasn't as big as I expected. That might be down to close miking. Hearing both of them in the room, the difference was actually a lot bigger. But there are several comparisons online that showcase those differences a lot better than I might have done in this video. I can at least say that I angled the microphones as similar as possible toward the speakers. But what you can hear is a difference in the mids. The greenback is a bit smoother while the V-type is more aggressive in the upper mids. And let's not forget the form factor of these two cabinets. That makes a difference in itself. So, does all this gear make a difference? To my ears, each comparison sounded different, and what you cannot hear is the difference in feel, which is at least half of it. I don't know which one of these factors is more important, but since they all do something, I will say what most of us will like to hear. That being, each part of the puzzle makes a difference, and the more pieces you can switch around, the more sounds you can get. Being a tone chaser myself, that's something that I like. So yes, all of them combined make a difference and give you options. Whether that's worth it is up to you. What do you think about all of this? Let me know in the comments below. I'm trying to build up this YouTube channel, so in order for me to keep doing this, I would like to hit 1,000 subscribers as soon as possible. So please like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, and I'll see you next time.